into round 6 of the Financial Services Royal Commission, which is focusing on the life insurance sector and the general insurance sector. The thing to be really clear about here is that it is focusing on the segment of the life insurance market that is what's known as non-advised. So it is direct insurance sold through TV or direct marketing or cold calling, and group insurance sold through industry super funds, corporate super funds, and the like. Okay, so the concept in terms of non-advised versus advised insurance is probably the difference between selling or being given something versus matching up product for need in a structured advice process to make sure things line up with those client circumstances. So the focus of the direct channel is the selling of insurance to consumers. There's not a match up of saying, is this product appropriate for their needs? It's under a general advice or no advice basis. The group insurance market through super there's no advice provided there. It's generally a duty of care platform of cover provided by the employer or the super fund to have some cover if something goes wrong, but if you look at an individual circumstance, it rarely matches up with what they actually need at the end of the day. So the significant risks that have been highlighted through the Royal Commission over the last couple of weeks is fundamentally that clients don't know what they're covered for and they're finding out at the wrong time, that being the time something's gone wrong and they need to claim. And they're on their own in that circumstance. So the two issues are, if it's direct insurance and they've bought that over the phone, they are dealing directly with the insurance company. There's been no advice on the way in and there's no advice and assistance at the time of claim. So whatever circumstance that client is in, they need to deal with that the best they can with the limited knowledge they have about the administration or the legal requirements they need to meet to have a claim paid when they're very vulnerable. The other issue then is in group insurance is that cover is not guaranteed renewable. That means that the policy terms and conditions can be changed after the policy is incepted. And what we've seen numerous times, and that's what's being highlighted in the Royal Commission and in ASIC reports, that the trustees of super funds aren't necessarily acting in their members' best interest, and policy definitions are being changed to try and minimise costs, which is leaving their members exposed, and they're finding out at the wrong point in time. The Royal Commission has highlighted some of these practices that are causing issues for clients at the wrong time. That is being backed up by reports from ASIC and APRA that show significant difference in claim outcomes for clients, whether they're going through an advised or non-advised channel. So this is report 498, 587 and 588 from ASIC that show, if you're trying to lodge a life insurance claim, the success rate is generally 98% if you're under advice, versus 88% through the non-advised channel. Similarly with TBD, it's 86% if you're under advice versus 67% through the non-advised channel and 95% for income protection versus 83%. And those last two are significantly different because those products are highly complex when it comes time to make a claim, just given the circumstance the clients are in when they're presenting to the insurer. The benefits of the advice that we provide for our clients is about being informed versus not, and being advised versus not. So in the non-advised or direct channels, it is about selling, it's not about advice, and it's being about provided something that you might not understand. Through our firm, our clients really need to understand how they're protected and what this policy is going to do for them should the worst occur. So our advice and review process is about being informed, both from us and the client's point of view. So we try and make that as simple as possible. Whilst this is an area that's complex and needs specialist advice, simplicity is the key, so people are dealing with something they might not be uncomfortable dealing with. So we make that as simple as possible by firstly just obtaining authorities from the client to speak to their existing super funds or insurers to understand exactly how they are insured. And that's the first thing we do, is just educate them about, this is how you're protected, do you realise it works this way? We then look at their circumstances and have an understanding of, well, given the current circumstance and needs and objectives of that client, is the insurance platform they've got going to deliver to those goals and objectives in their current circumstances? And if the answer is no, we make adjustments. If the answer is yes, we leave it as it is and they can walk away knowing the package of cover they've got is going to do the job.